Hey everyone! Welcome to the Algorithm Effect, the show where we break down the big questions about tech, culture, and the ethical dilemmas shaping our world. I'm Natalia Bueno, and today we're talking about something we all experience but don't always think about: how digital media platforms shape our cultural identities. Think about it. How much of who we are today is influenced by what we see online? Your taste, your way of communication, even your sense of self has been influenced by what you see on TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube? We are constantly exposed to different cultures, trends, and ideas, but are we actually shaping our identities or are these platforms doing it for us? So let's dive in. We'll explore how digital media connects cultures, reshapes identities, and even creates ethical dilemmas. Because, let's be honest, social media isn't just about sharing memes and watching dance trends. It's a powerful force that's changing the way we see ourselves and others. One of the most important ways digital media shapes identity is through connection. We now have access to cultures, languages, and ideas from around the world. You can be sitting in your chair anywhere in the world and learning about Japanese food trends, Paris fashion, or the latest AI generated music. A perfect example: K pop. It didn't go global because of traditional media. It became a worldwide phenomenon because fans across the globe used YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok to spread the culture. Now, people everywhere are learning Korean phrases, adopting Korean skincare routines, and even traveling to Seoul because of what they see online. But this connection also changes our sense of belonging. In the past, culture was determined primarily by family, local traditions, and communities. It is now shaped by the internet. We can be part of online communities that share our interests even if we have never met in real life. This can be empowering. It allows people to express themselves freely and find others who understand them. But it can also make us feel disconnected from our real world communities. Have you ever felt closer to an online group than to the people around you? That's the power of digital culture. Social media give us the power to dress up. We can choose what to post, filter our photos, and create an image of who we want to be. But how much of that is real? Think about beauty trends, for example. Years ago, beauty standards were set primarily by magazines and television. Now, trends go viral overnight. One week, everyone wants natural skin. The next, extreme makeup makes a comeback. It's a constant cycle and it affects the way we see ourselves. And it's not just about appearance, but also about lifestyle. Social networks show us the highlights of people's lives. Everyone seems successful, happy, and like they have it all figured out. But we rarely see the struggles behind the scenes. There is a pressure to fit into a digital version of reality that might not even be real. Think about, for example, I don't know, LinkedIn. The version of you on your LinkedIn profile, the confident, highly successful professional, is probably very different from the person watching Netflix in lunch clothes on a Friday night. And Instagram, that's influencers' oceanfront post about their last vacation probably didn't mention the 12-hour flight delay or the credit card debt from booking that dream trip. We constantly create an identity online, but does this mean we are losing touch with who we really are? And more importantly, does social media pressure us to conform to certain cultural expectations instead of embracing our true selves? It's not just about what we choose to share, it's also about what we are shown. The content we see isn't random, it's carefully selected by algorithms that track our behavior. And that brings us to a bigger question: are we shaping our online identities or are they being shaped for us? This is where things get a little more complicated. Have you ever noticed how your social media seems to know what you like? That's because algorithms are shaping our digital identities. Platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok don't just show you any content. They recommend what they think you want to see, which means your digital culture is being curated by AI. Ever felt like your feed starts to look the same after a while? That's because the algorithm reinforces certain stories while filtering out others. This goes beyond entertainment. It influences our opinions on politics, social issues, and even personal identity. Mm, if a platform keeps showing you the same ideas repeatedly, it can shape the way you see the world without you realizing it. Is what you see and search for on internet real? Or just a perception crafted by algorithm especially for you? That's why it's essential to question what we see online and seek different points of view. One of the risks of living in an ultra connected digital world is cultural homogenization. Global trends tend to take hold, and local cultures sometimes take a back seat. For example, English. English has become the dominant language of the internet. While this makes global communication easier, it also means that indigenous languages and smaller cultural traditions struggle to survive online. The same goes for fashion, humor, and even food trends. You'll find Starbucks on almost every continent, but what about traditional coffee shops? Everyone is making salsas and pasta from viral TikTok recipes, but does that mean fewer people are learning the traditional dishes of their country or family? There is nothing wrong with adopting global influences, but we have to ask ourselves, are we enriching our identities or simply replacing them? So, what's the key takeaway? Digital media completely transforms the way we experience culture. It connects us, gives us new ways to express ourselves, and even helps create movements for change. But it also shapes how we see ourselves and others, sometimes in ways we might not even realize. At the end of the day, the key is to stay aware. Be aware of how digital media shapes your perspectives. Follow diverse voices, question the content you consume, and most importantly, don't let an algorithm define who you are. But there's something else to think about. If digital platforms shape our identities, what will happen when AI starts shaping culture? Next time on the effect of algorithm, we will dive into the rise of AI generated culture. Who owns creativity in the digital age? We'll explore how AI writes music, paints masterpieces, and even creates influencers. Are we heading toward a future where machines shape culture trends instead of humans? And what does that mean for artists, creators, and all of us? Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. And hey, I want to hear from you. How do you think social media has influenced for identity? Send me a DM to my Insta, Natalia Sofia Bueno Rivas. Your thoughts might even make it into a future episode. Thanks for tuning into the algorithm effect. Until next time, stay curious, stay critical, and keep questioning the digital world around you. Bye bye.